and I'll let Nina talk a little bit about what we're doing today.
Cool. Thank you, Miranda. So today we are going to be making vision boards, kind of to be thinking about our future. I know that during this time, a lot of us might feel like we're stuck in the house. We might not have a lot of outlets to express ourselves. And, you know, if you're not stuck in the house, that's 100% okay. We as a team think it's really important to recognize and visualize our goals. And by creating vision boards, we can kind of put some of those ideas into fruition.
All right, so we'll be starting the vision boards in a couple of minutes. So now is a great time to grab your materials. Again, those are listed in the chat box.
I'm not sure if everybody heard that. It might have froze, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to put that in the chat box. I recommend putting on some music if that's something you want to do while we make our vision boards in a couple minutes.
All right. Welcome to whoever else is joining us now. And now Nina's gonna give a little bit more description about how to make a vision board.
Upon researching how to make a vision board, the key is to really focus on what you want to be doing and not to think about the influences around you, such as social media or your family, which a lot of people might be spending a lot of time with their family right now. If there are any kids present today, you can assist your parents, or you can think about, or you can think about making your own vision board. We're going to be reviewing some questions to help you guys out in a couple minutes. There are instances where you can make vision boards in more of a virtual manner. Today, we are going to be making physical vision boards out of magazines and other supplies. And Miranda's going to explain to you kind of why we're doing that.
Yeah, so the reason why we're not doing digital vision boards is because there are so many events, so many meetings going virtual right now that I'm sure a lot of us might be feeling overwhelmed. So we really wanted to give you guys a craft that you can do off of the computer, off the screen, get your mental stimulation going, share with family, share with friends, or do on your own time as well. There's no time limit to how long a vision board should take you. It can be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours or more, depending on how much you're putting into the detail. We'll be spending the next half hour with you guys to get you started so you can work on your boards. And as we go, we'd love to see some photos, or if you just want to hold up your board of what you're creating, that would be awesome too. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat box below. You can tag us on social media, and we have a hashtag as well.
Cool. All right, so now we are going to get started with a short Q&A to get some creative juices flowing. You can answer these in the chat box, you can write them down, or you can raise a hand and feel free to unmute yourself and let the group know your answer. So Miranda's going to be doing that.
All right, so for the first question, and you guys, like Nina mentioned, you can either put it in the chat box, think to yourself, write it down. Why do you want to make a vision board? Oh, I see somebody is raising their hand. Do you want to, let me unmute you really quick. For some reason, it's not letting me oh, there you go. All right. Do you want to share why you want to make a vision board?
Yes, so I want to make a vision board because all the goals that I had for this year kind of got crushed by the coronavirus. So now, just because of timing, like when I had everything planned, it was like all now, and it got crushed. So I want to make the vision board because now I have to redo the whole timeline of all of my goals and get a little creative with how I accomplish them.
Great, that's a great answer.
Thanks, Myron.
Thanks for sharing.
Hmm?
All right, and then our next question,
Oh, I see we have some other answers in the chat.
Thank
I
you.
think those are all really great things. I see marketing RTP, they want to think big about the future. Christy Van Auken, she wants to tangibly express her best self. These are all really great answers. Thank you for answering that first question, guys.
And the second question is going to be, what do you hope to get out of this vision board session?
Clarity. These are all really great answers in the chat here. A fun reminder of where I'm going. Is everybody able to access the chat? I just want to make sure you can see where it's at. Okay, good.
All right. And our next question, what are you excited for in the future?
Okay, Kevin says he wants to continue to reinvent his business opportunities. Reconnecting with people, definitely can relate to that. Yes.
And we do have, if we have any kids on here, we have a couple of questions specific to the kids. So is there something new that you would like to learn? And of course, adults can answer this as well.
Well, they might have left, but that's okay.
And then our next question, what are some of your favorite things to do? And again, as adults, feel free to answer.
Let's see. Oh, Myron wants to sing. I like that. Play soccer.
Vince.
Cool. These are really great answers, guys.
All right, so now that we have some questions to kind of get you guys started and thinking about what you want to vision board, we recommend you guys put on some music during the process so you can groove and something that makes you happy. Feel free to hold up what you're creating throughout the process. You can bend down your camera and show us what you're creating throughout as well. We'll check back in after 15 minutes. And if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or write them in the chat box. We'll be watching that as well.
Also, if you guys need more questions for ideas, we put a link at the top of the chat with a Google Doc to more questions if there's something else you want to be thinking about.
Hey ladies, just real quick, I don't think those links came through. If you wouldn't mind resending those.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And there you guys go. I just sent that doc through. And Christy just asked in the chat box, how do you start? Great question. So we've got our materials. So let me turn this virtual background off really quick. All right, so you've got magazines. So you want to just grab your magazines. You want to grab your scissors. You want to grab your tape, your glue, whatever you're using. I'm using tape because I don't have glue in my house. And then whatever you're putting the magazine cutouts on. So in my agenda, I actually have a spot for vision boarding. So I'll be cutting out pictures and taping them on here. So just go through, think about those questions we asked you guys, listen to some music while doing it, and then just paste them together. And if you can see in Amanda's video, she's already gotten started. So she's kind of showing you how you're doing that as well. All right, guys, we'll check back in 15 minutes. Go ahead and get started and have fun.
Kevin, did you get what you needed? Okay, all right, great.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Didn't
good.
hit the mute button fast enough.
Okay. I'll just... Hi guys, I'm checking in to see how everybody's doing. Can you guys hear me? Good? Okay, great. I see that paint. I saw there was a cat in the room. Where'd he go? All right, so we are 15 minutes in. As you guys know, this is kind of a half an hour session. If anybody is comfortable with unmuting themselves and kind of telling us where you're at in the project, that would be great. I'm gonna show you guys mine, which I made yesterday. It's really tiny, but I kind of just put that I wanna have more adventures, I wanna read, and I would like to live my life because I feel very stuck inside. I just have this little book down here because I want to write a kid's book or like a book of poems or something like that. So this is my miniature vision board. Would anybody else like to? I read your comment, Kevin. That's funny. Would anybody else like to share their vision boards? I see you unmuted, Peyton. Are you trying to tell us something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Me and my sister are working on a big vision board.
Oh, I see that.
Oh, and yes, I do have a cat.
Oh, very nice. What are some of the things on your vision board?
I have an ice cream, a dog. Morgan has the words pushing limits, party on, a baby bell, a beach, and a picture of a puppy that says June 18th, 2003.
Well, that's really great. You guys are doing such a good job. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay.
And we also know this is a very short amount of time for creating your full vision board. This is just to get you guys started. The reason why we kept it short was because we want people to be able to do these crafts off the screen. We wanted to bring you guys together so we can help get you started on the project. But we hope that you continue doing it for the next hour or so, or however long that it takes you to finish your vision board.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us.
Share mine. Hold a second.
Yeah, show us, Christy.
Just a minute.
Oh. Go
Hey,
ahead.
guys, ready? Have a look. Ooh, gotta turn you around.
Wow.
Wow, you did a lot.
Did you do all that just now? That's a lot. Good job.
Well, I started actually cutting some stuff out yesterday because I was so excited about this. And then my daughter's an artist, so she had the big poster board upstairs. And I'm like, glue somewhere in this house. We got glue somewhere. So got the glue and just thought about art, and I thought about travel and about who I want to be. And this is kind of where I'm going with it.
Oh, that's awesome. And we'd love for you guys, again, to take pictures of your creations and share them on social media and tag Frontier RTP. Love to see the final products of those. Oh, nice. Kevin, do you want to talk about yours as well?
Sure. So, as I said, I had Oprah and yoga magazines to inspire me, but I found this diver. Not that I want to be in the deep ice, but that's something that I aspire to be able to do in my business as well. As my business, I love to travel and I love to dive, so that's like very representative. And then there's this nice picture of a festival with a lot of people.
Nice. Looks awesome.
And that's I figure that's will be like fall, like Thanksgiving twist in a modern world. So it's hopeful. So that's where I am.
Thank you.
Does anyone else want to share? Or?
I'll share mine.
Oh, great.
So this is mine. I didn't so much take a business approach to it. The more I looked, I was seeing words and phrases and things that kind of resonated with me now in terms of the virus and how I want to feel, when we get to that next level of feeling safe, whenever that is. So I picked words like, feel different, space. I think that's a big one. How I view space is just so different now. When you need space or your own personal space, what that means. I have, like Kevin, this huge gathering down here. Can't wait for that. But really just being thankful and being generous for what you have and what you're able to give back will be big for me in the future.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Well, Nina, do you have anything else to wrap up? If not, I was gonna let them know about the email going out.
I do not. I included our social media handle in the chat box with the hashtag. We would really love to see what you guys come up with. I'm going to be posting mine later, and I will let Miranda talk about the email to come.
Yeah. So I'll be sending out a follow-up email. Those of you who registered through Eventbrite probably already received it at noon. So it has that Google Doc link in it as well, in case you missed it in the chat box, with just more questions to think about. I think there's a fun question I like in there that asks about what medium you gravitated more towards, if you were looking at more words or more pictures. So just fun questions to think about. And then also it'll include the link to the Eventbrite to sign up for our next Frontier Fan Creatives event, which will be on April 28th. We're going to be doing origami, and we're going to be making some tulip flowers so that we can have spring inside of our houses without the allergies. Yeah, so we hope you guys sign up for that one as well.
Cool. Does anybody else have any questions before we sign off? Peyton?
Hi, Peyton.
Can we do this again? Or is this the only time we're doing vision boards?
Right now, this is the only session for vision boards. But in 2 weeks, we're going to be making origami if you guys want to come back then.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Morgan did origami before.
She'll be pro.
She still needs help. She still needs help on origami.
Yeah, I hope you guys join us. Show us how to do some origami.
Morgan actually got it for her birthday last year. And I want to learn to do origami.
Oh, great. Anything else, Peyton?
No.
Okay, we hope to see you in 2 weeks. Anybody else have any other comments before we sign off?
I just wanted to thank everyone for jumping on with us. Miranda and Nina kind of spearheaded this as we kind of pivot to the virtual world. So thanks to both of you for putting this on, and for everyone for joining us. Please send us any feedback or things or topics you'd like to see in the future, since we plan on keeping these up, so we can stay connected.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
I want to see pictures.